Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the show where we talk about everything and anything. This is Talking Shit. I'm with Ryan and Angelo, and I'm Don't Know Shit Doug. Hey,
What's that?
Hey, gentlemen, welcome back.
Hey.
Don't know shit.
Don't Know Shit Doug. Yep.
No shit, Doug. There's never a better nickname for you.
Hey, you know what?
Crazy.
If the shoe fits, wear it, right?
Yeah.
At least I can claim ignorance on everything. Like, hey, it's in the title. I didn't know shit. I didn't know that was just an allegation.
Yeah.
So
what's going on this week?
What has been going on this week? I mean, right now, as far as politically wise, I have to say Elon's in a lot of trouble. Well, not in a lot of trouble. That's going back and forth.
For what?
Elon going into these different departments and finding all kinds of money spent in obscure ways.
Yeah, but why is he in trouble for that?
Well, because the Democrats don't like it.
Yeah. Well, did you see the fucking, was it the Social Security payments?
Yeah.
Dude, there's like, from like the Social Security website, apparently. I didn't really look into it. But
Okay.
there's like people that are from like 100 to like 189 years old, like getting fucking Social Security checks. Still.
People who've been dead for years.
Yeah. It's like, and it's like millions of people from like 100 to like 140, and then like
It's crazy.
and then even from like 140 to like 190 is like thousands of people. It's like, dude, really? Like,
Yeah, it's wild.
Who's reaping that that reward?
dude, that's like watching Shameless. It's like Frank Gallagher still cashing checks out there. Yeah. He's like, yeah, my aunt's still alive. She's 197. Yeah.
She's doing well. It's all that cigarettes and bacon.
You know, I mean, that's family money right there. You know, people pass down their Social Security checks to the next generation.
Is that legal?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think you could do that, but
No.
all right.
Somebody's going to get in trouble for that shit.
So, and then there was another thing that was discovered. Apparently, to retire from the government, they have to send these people down into this giant well under the earth, like a giant vault under the earth. And apparently, it's like the worst place to work in the world. And they can only retire. Yeah, and to retire somebody or retire a group of people, the only amount of people that can retire is how many envelopes can the elevator carry up at one time. So if the elevator breaks down, then no one gets to retire.
What?
I swear to God, it's the weirdest, craziest thing. Elon Musk was talking about it. And
How many envelopes?
Yeah, how
What do
many
the
envelopes or
have to do with
folders?
people?
Well, because that's their case file. So they need to bring their case file up above.
Oh, really?
It's the most retarded thing ever. And apparently Obama tried to get rid of it, couldn't do it. Instead, he ended up hiring like 200 more people to work in the caves. Like,
That's weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, but I definitely know that.
I know Trump was trying to like mass force retirement on people because they're like people were just working too fucking long, like in the government, you know, and also the idiots that don't want to go back to work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, that are working from home. Then he's like, hey, you're fired. You know?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can't really fire him, you know, you have to retire him. And it's like, all right, fuck him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
They're off
retired.
payroll. You know, they don't want to
Yeah.
come to work. Fuck yourself.
No, it's crazy too. Like that whole USAID stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's all under his control. Really, he's in the executive branch. He could fire them all, shut it down, and then you have these judges who are like putting up petitions against them and stopping it and slowing it down. But it's all going to be appealed anyway. It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy. It really is
It's
crazy.
just holding up the process.
Yeah, exactly.
And why they hold up the process, they have to continue paying these people to basically do nothing. Because they're like,
Yeah.
all right, look, you know, you guys can't do what you were doing because we have to stop what you're doing, but you're still on payroll.
Yeah.
So it's now a fucking, basically a no-show job, or show up and twiddle your thumbs, you know,
Yeah.
which is exactly what Elon Musk and Trump are trying to get rid of. But all these judges are like, you know, it's just the way they do things. Oh, if we stop them from firing these people, it's like, cool, but now they have nothing to do because they're not funding the programs anymore.
Yeah.
Well, here's
So
the thing
we
about
just
those.
have useless, you know, more useless people in the government. you
Here's
know?
the thing about those jobs, though. I mean, they gave them a get out of jail free card. They said you can have the next 8 months paid leave to go do whatever you want. We don't care if you get a secondary job. We'll still pay you for the next 8 months. Just go off into the go off into the like regular financial district and like find jobs there. And so they gave them the ability just to leave and go get jobs and get paid 8 months. Would you take it?
Well, yeah. So, like, I mean, a lot of companies do that too. So, like, you know, a company wants to get rid of some employees. They say, listen, you know, we're going to do one of two things. We're going to give you these nice severance package, or and you get to enjoy it over like 6 or 8 months or whatever. Or in 6 or 8 months, we're just going to fire everybody.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times, what people don't realize is it's most of them are at will employees, right?
Yeah.
So it means that you can quit at any time you want, or they can fire you, and there's nothing, right? But then you have like the federal labor unions and things like that. So some of them are like, oh, this is not fair because, it's a labor union or whatever, get involved. And then what's even funnier is like they recently got access to a lot of the payment systems for the IRS and stuff like that. And so they're complaining like, there's like these 19 and 20-year-old kids or whatever are looking at my social security number and they know all this other shit. But what's funny is that, so DOGE is a government entity now, right? And those people those 19, 20-year-old kids are government employees. So your argument's stupid. Like,
So one of those 19-year-old employees goes by the handle of Big Balls.
Yes, yeah. I saw that.
So yeah, we have Big Balls going into
Big
the government.
Balls looking at my fucking social security number.
Yeah, Big Balls has all our social security numbers right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're all like, so as far as those kids and guys, whatever, they're going to try to find any kind of dirt they can on them. Some of them, maybe they did messed up stuff. Maybe they didn't, hopefully. There's not too many that did.
That's probably why they're going with such young kids, because it's like, how much shit could you really have done?
So far, right? Yeah.
Yeah, unless you were involved in some sort of like Bitcoin scam or, one of those fucking altcoin scams or something. Like, what the hell could these guys... And they're supposed to be like, super smart tech guys, so... It's really what they're data sifters, though. That's all they are. They're just like, they're just combing through data for certain parameters to then bring to DOGE or, Elon Musk or whoever.
Yeah.
And be like, look at this shit. There's fucking people that are 189 years old getting social security checks. It's like, all right, like, you think like Elon Musk is doing all that on his own and still running his 6 companies, like.
Yeah, no. So, yeah.
It's stupid.
It's like, it was a dark cave with no lights on. And now you get these guys that are turning the lights on things.
Yeah.
And, people are freaking out because, of course, they're going to lose that money,
Oh, yeah.
Earmarked money. They're going to be like, oh, we got to stop this from happening. I think it's good. I think that, it's what the people wanted. That's why it's there. And then the other part of it is like, Elon Musk isn't making choices. I'm pretty sure everything that he's doing, he's running through Trump.
It's definitely running through the Trump.
So it's his decision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it happened so quick and with lightning speed that it feels like it's him, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have like what he did to Twitter. He went in there and he was like, "Yeah, you're fired." He's just firing people on Zoom calls.
80% of you people are going home today and not coming back tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. But
that's fucking awesome. That's why everyone's scared of him, because it's like literally the government can run at a third of the size that it is and be fine. And all these stupid programs that he's uncovering and putting online and stuff, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing to America. It's embarrassing to the government.
But who's going to tell us what a sandwich is?
Yeah, one of the 2 of the guys that I work with were having a discussion about Elon Musk and DOGE and everything. And the one guy, he's a nice guy, good guy. He's from Ukraine, so he's all, he's on the other side of the coin. The other guy's a Trumper, more or less. And, he's like saying like, oh, we need to be going after a guy like Elon Musk and making him pay his fair share in taxes and everything else. And it's like literally Elon Musk paid the most amount of taxes any American citizen has ever paid. Oh
yeah.
It's a true fact. You can Google it. You can look it up.
Yeah.
He paid more taxes in 1 year than like 90% of all Americans put together,
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's like, we got to go after this stuff. And I'm like, but like, if you walk into a bathroom and there's already shit in the toilet, are you going to flush it first or are you going to shit on top of it? Because taxing a guy like that more, or taxing rich people more, you're just adding more shit to the toilet for them to fucking throw away. It's like, why are you more concerned about how much someone's paying in taxes and not what they're doing with the tax money? You know?
Exactly.
And he didn't get that. He was like, no, if we have more money coming in, there would just be more fuckery going on. You know? They'd just be shitting even more in that fucking toilet. You know?
There'd be more quails out there on blow.
Yeah.
Like, when your kid is like, hey, Dad, can I get $10? You're going to be like, why? Not like,
oh, yeah. Oh, take 25 because we got extra money coming in. You know?
Right. Yeah. I got another 10 from Mom, so now you can have 20.
Yeah. There's a funny video on like Instagram where there's a guy's like, he's like pretending like he's crying. He's like, I was part of the school bus crew in the government, He's like, I was a researcher. I had to research why the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
Now we'll never know if they go round and round. Who's gonna tell us?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the fucking programs that we're paying for. It's fucking retarded.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Dude, I'm sure we probably spent like $50 million figuring out if we should keep painting school buses yellow.
I know that we spent, I think it was $750,000 on soap carving competitions.
Oh, yeah.
So when you go down to the fair,
Yeah,
state fair, we gotta make sure that soap carving competitions are still around. $750,000 the government was spending every single year.
Listen, Irish Spring had a little play in there, I'm sure. They were getting kicked back. Dove or somebody, right?
Yeah, Dove.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And what's so wild to me is like, how did this happen, right? And it's like, why didn't... First of all, I think what happened was, Trump's first term, he was a total rookie in politics, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he was getting smacked left and right about, like, they're fighting him on everything, giving him problems. He didn't have a cabinet established very quickly.
Correct.
He had a lot of issues. And I think this time around, he kind of knows, I feel like, he knows the game or whatever. And it's like, how come we didn't look into this, though?
Yeah.
Like, wow, we waited 4 years or even longer, 8 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but hopefully.
Personally, I'm kind of glad there was a break in between Trump's first and second term.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad that he had a chance to sit back and like really put his his puzzle pieces together. And
right.
He was ready to like go in and actually get a good team to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I think the more important thing is the next guy coming in. Because it's either they're just going to like try to undo everything Trump did and go full retard like the last fucking guy we just had in there did.
Yeah.
Or if we get lucky, we have somebody who's like kind of on the Trump side, you know, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. Just somebody who like sees like, all right, all this shit is actually retarded. Let's change this stuff. Let's make America better again. Like let's not just go full retard and start reinstating all these programs and foreign aid and fucking terrorist funding and everything else that we're doing now.
Yeah.
Well, I really think that's going to come down to Trump and how Trump does. Going into his third year, that's when we're going to really know. If most of the things he said was going to happen during his inauguration speech, then I believe that we are going to be in a good position to continue on the golden age. But if he drops the ball and people keep getting in his way and he's not able to have a succession with all of his plans, then I think that we might be pushing back towards the Democratic side because they're going to be like, see, we told you, price of eggs never dropped.
Yeah. Retards.
Yeah, no, that is true, right? So there are some economic things in play, right? It's that, there are common people who are, struggling, I guess, because of like, the price of eggs and like gasoline and everything else. But I think that in time that may come down. It's gonna take a little while for like the tariffs and stuff to kick in.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, they put it on there, right? They're all up, and as far as like hasn't affected me in any negative way yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting. Like I don't know. Like I don't have to buy an appliance in a while though. Anyway, so
I think if you go to DOGE.org, you can actually come up with how much the DOGE program has already saved the United States.
Yeah.
And I think it's up to like 10 billion, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look into that. So, hey guys, don't quote me on that. but I believe it's something like an astronomical number already, like right out of the starting gate.
Yeah.
So if he continues chopping things like that and getting rid of programs like that, I mean, we'll be so much better off because we won't have to pay as many taxes.
What else is crazy is like, I think as far as the Democratic Party is concerned, they're out there freaking out, picketing. They got people with signs. They got like Chuck Schumer trying to start a chant all awkwardly. It didn't really work out for him when he was doing that.
All those chants are god awful, but I love
Yeah, and like nobody was really chanting with him. Like it was kind of funny. Like if you watched it on the news, and it's just like I think the average person looks at these people and they're like, yeah, they're fucking nuts. Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, like next year, whenever the hell it comes time for them to be voted on again, no.
Oh, it's like I mean, if anyone watched that video of Maxine Walters like outside the Department of Ed, you know, and the guy wouldn't let her in, like you could clearly see how old and like out of touch she is. The way she's like talking and trying to put sentences together, like she's like 2 steps behind Biden, you know. And it's like these are the people representing young America, you know.
Yeah,
they're fucking 80-year-old millionaires that just robbed us. You know, robbed our entire generation of a future.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're living the dream. Their kids are living the dream. They live in this little fucking bubble that this is like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at fucking Chelsea Clinton making $80 million.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
Tell me about her fucking struggle, you know? I bet she doesn't have a problem buying a house, you know? Probably get houses fucking donated to her. So it's like...
Yeah,
I'm sure she didn't have to put down 10%.
Yeah. You want to know why fucking populations is declining? Because no one could afford fucking kids. Except for these rich fucking politicians, you know? It's like, you know, greed kills, you know, kill the country. So getting rid of these old fucks, we need to set term limits.
Yes.
You know, we need to fucking...
What would you set
on
them
an
at?
Intelligent path.
10
Okay,
years.
Angelo, if you had the gavel in your hand and I was to say, hey, what do you think your ending year as president can be?
Well, president, I agree with the 2 terms, like an 8-year thing, and then maybe
Yeah, but
a
what can you
senator
start?
do the
like,
same thing, you know, 8 or 10 years, because they do 2-year terms, right? So, like, you know, 8 or 10 years, you know, I think that's about it. Like, that's as long as you should really have any fucking say in it. And, like, if you're over, I don't know, if you're over fucking 70,
time to go.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like a normal person at work retires, you know, anywhere from 55 to like 62, 65, right? Unless, you know, you have no retirement, which a lot of the country doesn't.
Yeah.
And they got to work till they die. But that's like another fucking issue that needs to be fucking fixed, you know? It's like Social Security was supposed to be something to help people out in their fucking the end of their life, but it's not enough money. You know? They robbed it fucking blind, you know? I mean, there's millions of economists that go out there and say, like, if you invested that money into your own stock account, fucking into a savings account at fucking 3% or whatever, over the course of your entire life, you would have millions of dollars when you went to retire. Yeah. Instead, you have a $1,200 payment for, you know, 10 years before you die. You know, it's like, where's the rest of that money? You know, how many people don't make it to Social Security that paid into it their entire lives, that died at, you know, 50, died at fucking 55, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
They never got a Social Security check ever. Where's all that money? Why is it so depleted, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's also people on the other end of the spectrum, right? That the longevity is huge, right?
Yeah.
You know,
it's a much smaller percentage of the people that live way longer than the people that die young, you know?
But even so, like the payments that you get, so like they didn't account for inflation. So everything's more expensive. And so that $1,200, whatever you're getting, is not doing what it used to do.
Nope.
And so like you're an old person now suffering.
Yeah.
You know,
getting by on ramen.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah, you look at a lot of the people in our area, bro. Like, I mean, there's like old ladies like living on ramen and fucking cat food and shit. You know, like, or they lose their houses. You know, like they lose their house.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Cat food.
Knocked out my headphones.
I did.
Yeah, I guess whatever the hell you just did.
No, I just tapped the mic.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Dead in the water, this guy again.
Bad mic. I mean, bad piece.
Sorry, people. We're dealing with...
I'll cut this.
There you go. It's good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I just turned it.
All right, back in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so you got these old people out there just losing their houses, man. Paying $12,000, $18,000 a year in fucking property tax.
Yeah.
That's more than your Social Security income.
Yeah, I mean, where can you even find a place to rent for less than $1,200?
Yeah.
And then food on top of that. Like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do with that money?
Yeah.
Like, that barely pays for your medical at that time because you've been shoving all the, what was it? These
That's even better than medical. Like my mother, she's got to pay like $100-something a month out of her Social Security towards her Medicare or Medicaid or whatever the fuck it is. So she's losing money right off the top for that.
And she got to pay taxes.
Yeah, and pay taxes on it.
Yeah. You got to pay taxes on your fixed income.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? So, I mean,
That's one of the Trump things he was saying. He wants to get rid of the Medicare tax.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Senior citizens on Social Security won't have to pay taxes. He wants to get rid of the tip tax.
I heard he wants to get rid of income tax.
He does, but that's too bold. See, the thing is like...
I was like, that's a huge move, dude.
Yeah, even he knows, like, looking at the numbers,
It'd be
you can't
federal,
get
though.
rid of that.
Only federal.
Yeah, federal.
Yeah.
But, like, you can't get rid of that yet because we have such a deficit and such an amount of fucking debt
Yeah.
that, like, he could do away with some of these things and the tariffs will pick up some of it. But as the tariffs roll out, maybe he can get rid of some more of the taxes. But, like, we're still 30-something trillion in debt. That ain't going away. The interest on that ain't going away. So you still have to collect money to pay that debt down. And unfortunately, that's our fucking income tax.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's even crazier is like, so OPEC, OPEC is Saudi Arabia and the oil and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like, they control the oil price.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we're going to stop refining.
Yeah.
Just hold the hose,
Dude, every summer, every single summer, they do refinery upgrades or they shut down refineries.
Yeah.
It's the same shit every year. They're like, oh, we got 2 refineries down for maintenance or upgrades or whatever the fuck, and gas prices go back up in the beginning of every summer, and they do it in the beginning of every winter. So it's like, it's the same. That's why, like, when the war started with Russia and Ukraine, and like, oh, gas prices because of Russia.
Yeah.
Russia has to sell their gas to OPEC. It's like the national, international, like, law thing. Like, they have to keep up with OPEC. They can't dictate the price. OPEC dictates the price. America sells gas to OPEC. We all sell it to OPEC, and then we buy it back at their price.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works. That's how they regulate the fucking money. It's like,
So what's the plans for us to get out of that? Are there any on the table?
no, there's no plans for that. The only thing that'll help that is if America drills more oil. So, like, if they loosen up the restrictions on oil, if they get the pipeline coming in again, like those things help because then it forces OPEC, because we're not the majority. We can be a majority producer, but we're not. Saudi Arabia is, fucking Iran or whatever, Afghanistan, wherever these fucking countries are. Those people are, So, to a degree, if we drill more oil, we could keep more of our oil. We buy less oil from them, and then that helps drive down the oil price.
Yeah. I know Biden did that. He was mad about it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? It was.
But even our national reserve, we have like a national reserve. So if we go to war, we have like oil to fuel our fucking warships.
Yeah.
He was selling the national reserve oil in the American market to try to lower, like, it artificially lowers the gas prices in America, right?
Yeah.
But now we're so low on that shit, we got to buy it back, and the price of fuel's high.
Yeah.
So now it's costing us, double to buy it back.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem too, because they know they got us by the balls, like, So.
Oh, they need to refuel.
Yeah,
it's $10 a gallon.
Yeah,
and that's for the crude.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And then just like shit that never goes back. Like they said, the price of the barrel is up to over $100.
Yeah,
and then it went back down to like $40 or $50.
Yeah.
The price at the pump didn't go back down to $1.
No.
Price at the pump stayed at $2.50.
I mean, at COVID, it was amazing. COVID, I think the cheapest I saw gas was like $1.89.
Yeah, but that was under Trump, man. When Trump was opening up the drilling, the pipeline was coming, and Biden got in, annexed the pipeline, stopped the fucking drilling. They blew up the other gas line going to
Canada.
Yeah, no, I think it was over in Europe. They blew up that Nordic one.
Yeah, the one under
they
the
blew
water.
up the Nordic one
Yeah,
underwater.
yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden, gas prices were fucking $3.80 a gallon again. You know, it was like,
Well,
you know,
not to mention the supply and demand was going the other direction during COVID. Not a lot of people were driving around, so the gas stations were like,
Yeah.
all right, we'll lower the prices, get some people in here to buy some of our gas.
that's not.
Saudi Arabia was like, how are we going to pay for our Lamborghini?
Yeah, that's not like. I don't believe in supply and demand when it comes to gas because because the retail customer is the smallest customer of gas. You know, your trucking industry, your shipping industry,
But that's
your fucking
diesel.
trains. It's all diesel. Gasoline is a byproduct of diesel. It's all.
Yeah, but even in
But that's-
October when
that's
they
what
have
I'm saying,
like
is like-
hurricanes
Yeah.
and the fucking refinery gets hit, the prices go up.
Well, because the refinery's out, you know, so like they, you know, but there's 12 other refineries, but they, you know, they jerk it off.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, the refinery's out. You're like, what about the one next door that's still working?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, it's going fine.
yeah, but, you know, the guy over there is a little slow, so you know,
Pipes
they
are
like
old.
to jerk that shit off. But like, you know, consumer of gas, you know, it's, I mean, yeah, it's all diesel, but it's all gas. You know, it's all from the same petroleum product. You know, your fuel oil at your house, you fucking, they're selling it. You know, so there's really no supply and demand issue. You know, there's really nothing. You know, it's
everybody
all
needs-
kind of bullshit.
Everybody needs to go somewhere. Everybody needs their house heated.
People were still driving, maybe a little less, but people were still driving. You know.
Yeah.
And that was only for like a fucking small period, you know.
All right,
It's
so
like-
we're going with Trump. Trump's amazing finances allowed us to have cheaper gas.
yeah, I think Trump. I think that's what I was saying. Trump lessened restrictions. He had that pipeline deal going on. He had things that had OPEC going like, all right, man, you know, let's let gas a little cheaper. You know, like, all right, man, you know, quit fucking with us, you know.
He even did that thing with like the EPA to like stop it. So like I remember they came out with like really tough emission standards for cars and like all the manufacturers were like, damn, man, we gotta do whatever for this. And then he was like, well, we're getting rid of that. I mean, yeah.
It's because you know, like these people, man. Like you see in congressional hearings, you know, you ever see those congressional hearings where they're talking about the CO2 in the atmosphere, and they're like, "What percentage of the atmosphere you think is CO2?" And these people are like, 8%, 10%, 12%. They're like 0.01% or some, you know, like some fraction of a thing, and it's like, you know, if you really think humans are contributing. In a way, we're ruining the planet, but in other ways. But like this whole CO2 thing is like, plant some fucking trees, you know? Maybe clean up the ocean, and get rid of, you know, because like the largest converter of CO2 is actually plankton in the ocean.
Really?
Yeah. The
Go
rainforest
figure.
and the trees amount for like almost nothing compared to the ocean, you know?
I can pass one.
And it's like, why don't we start cleaning
Thank you.
up these fucking ocean fucking problems? Like, why don't we spend more money doing that instead of putting more emissions on cars and, you know, making it harder for fucking people to live, you know? Like, I don't know. It's stupid.
I don't know. Now you're making me feel bad about loving the fact that we have the Gulf of America where we're drilling oil again.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now you got me looking at Dawn dish detergent commercials where they're like cleaning off the ducts and shit with oil.
don't even get me started with doing dishes. You know, it's like a funny commercial, a funny guy. So he's like, you know, it makes no sense to doing dish commercials. He's like, I don't have a fucking oily duck. I got oily dishes. What are you gonna do for my dishes? You know? It's like, yeah, big deal. You fucking cleaning ducks out here, you know?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. That was that the Exxon one or was that the BP one?
That was BP with that big oil spill.
The BP
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah. I don't even think they apologized at first.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit.
Yeah. And
And it was funny thing, so that like,
it was leaking for a long time.
oh
wasn't
yeah,
it?
because right
Yeah, like
before
3
that,
weeks.
That's crazy.
right before that, they removed like a sanction on that shit where like they had to have like it was like an off-site ship that could blow up the tunnel or whatever, you know, the fucking drilling site.
Okay.
So like if the oil platform detached like it did, and fucking there was an oil leak, there was like a charge set at the base of this thing
To like block it.
to blow it up and like stop the oil, right?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't just spew oil out. They removed that sanction,
Yeah.
and then right after that, Dick Cheney opened up this huge like oil cleanup fucking thing, and then a couple months later, the BP oil spill happened.
came out with the
Guess who
cleanup
got the
business?
contract? Guess who got the contract?
That's
Just
crazy.
so happens.
You know, just so happens that they like saw that coming. You know,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I remember they were trying to figure out how to plug it and everything else.
Yeah, they couldn't stop it because they like stopped doing this. I forget what it's like, a blowout charge or some shit like that, man. Where it's like, yeah, it's designed literally so that like something like that happens, they could blow the fucking thing. Because if the whole oil rig blows up and people are dying and shit, like, you need like another ship out there to detonate this thing. You know, like
okay,
fucking,
yeah.
You need somebody watching and be like, oh fuck, boom, you know, blow the thing up and like stop the whole situation. Yeah. But
am I wrong in saying? But wasn't that well like particularly deeper than the other ones?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know they had a hard time with it though, and then I know like later they discovered oil-eating microbes.
Oh yeah, we spoke about this.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh wow, scientists are like, whoa, nature takes care of itself. Look at that.
Well, that's you know.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, we destroyed a lot of nature with that, but you know,
Dawn dish detergent must be pissed.
What, like puffer fish? What kind of fish did we lose?
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a ton of fucking fish and sea life over there that died. You know, it was like 100-mile radius or some shit like that. You know, it was like shit washing up
Skid
for
Row, baby,
a year. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that like I think that we do some damage, but I mean, at the same time, asteroid, whatever, fucking slammed into Texas and took out the dinosaurs. Could happen anyway.
Well, that's the whole thing that I'm saying is like, we contribute to the
tomorrow could be the last day.
Yeah, we contribute to the problem, but at the same time, like it's cyclical. Like this, these kinds of things fucking happen, man. Like you said, an asteroid could hit the fucking planet tomorrow, and that's game over for all of us.
Yeah.
Or we could slowly choke ourselves out with fucking killing the ocean and trees. And losing our fucking oxygen in the atmosphere,
Yeah. Oh, you know what's crazy? I saw about actually
choking out?
No. So like during the wartime and the war effort and developing nuclear weapons, so like there was some test site somewhere that they were testing. Oh, they had a meltdown on their nuclear reactor. And it was one of these areas that was like a temporary area, and it didn't even have like the mandatory like 12 foot of concrete that's supposed to be under there.
Typical, yeah.
Yeah, and what else? But anyway, so like
that's in somebody's drinking water now.
they said it was leaching into the ocean for a long time, and it didn't say shit.
Wow.
They didn't say shit, or
no, they didn't say shit. They didn't say shit.
Oh,
I know.
And it was a whole big thing about like it was a race, right?
Yeah.
And they called them like nuclear cowboys or something like that because it was just like, how fast can we do this? And how, it was like advancement.
Yeah.
Forget regulation and figuring shit out how safe this is. We need to like, destroy and kill people. So how fast can we make this weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did very questionable shit. And there's areas in the, there's hot spots, in the world's oceans.
That's like when they were testing the fucking nuclear device, when they first like came up with the H-bomb, whatever the fuck it was, they literally tested it in every scenario. They blew one up underwater in the ocean. It's like now you have nuclear contamination.
Fish, yeah,
off. I think it was off California.
It's that fish from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I mean, there's one if you read about Fukushima in Japan.
Yeah.
Like their plan was like they had a nuclear reactor meltdown, right?
Yeah.
They have to keep it cool, otherwise it'll be even worse.
They had the earthquake.
So they have water running through this reactor still.
Yeah, and they store it.
But now it's become nuclear and they're storing it. But they have like hundreds of thousands of gallons of this water, and they're like,
they
we
wanted
can't
to
keep
release
storing
it.
Yeah. We're gonna put it into the ocean.
Yeah, and China was pissed.
Yep, we're just gonna put it out in the ocean. The ocean water was diluted enough, everything will be fine.
That was like last year.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's when people say like, because they think nuclear energy is the cleanest energy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's not, because it produces contamination you can't get rid of.
With that, the waste of it is bad.
But they all have waste, so it's all waste.
Yeah. It's hard to contain that.
Yeah. So what are we doing with it? And they literally, like, the American government would take containers, like cargo ship containers, full of nuclear waste, and they just drop it into like the Mariana Trench. Like, oh, it's fucking deep down there. We'll never see that again. And it's like, what is that doing to our fucking ocean?
Yeah.
Like, what is that doing to our fucking? We eat sea life. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Well, that also comes down to the 7 islands of garbage. I mean, are you guys aware of this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's huge floating islands out in the middle of the ocean that are the size of Texas.
Yeah.
And there's 7 of these massive bodies of garbage just floating out there. And you can find everything from like hubcaps to cars to lost children to like full houses that got swept off into the ocean and just kind of floated away and got stuck on this garbage island.
I heard the next Epstein Island is going to be on one of those. It just moves around.
Yeah.
You'll never find us.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody about that.
Speaking of missing kids.
Yeah. Talking to you, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah. Allegations.
Yeah, that guy goes on The View and he's like,
Oh, yeah, that friggin' that Indian guy.
Yeah, he superimposed himself in The View. But that was the best.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah.
He makes good videos, that guy.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to send me that one.
Yeah, I got to try to find
Yeah.
it. He's like, it's not the list you're familiar with, Bill, but, it's another important list.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking about lists, that's another thing that's coming out. Apparently, we're getting the JFK report, the MLK report.
I hope we got the Epstein report.
We are getting the Epstein report and the flight log.
I mean, not that I don't care about JFK or MLK, but like they're before our time.
Yeah,
the motherfuckers that were on that Epstein list are still around,
still
in power,
still in office.
Yeah, still in office. So let's round them motherfuckers up and throw them off a bus.
Well, see, that's the problem with the Democratic Party. They're sweating bullets, and I think they're sweating bullets because they're guilty of so much shit. In fact, if you look at what is it called, the Google search or Google scan, you can see what people are looking up in different areas. And if you look up Washington, D.C., the most Googled things at this current time are lawyers, how to embezzle money.
I like that people are still stupid enough to
like top Google searches.
Yeah, these are like the top Google searches of Washington, D.C. right now. And people are like sweating bullets. Like the Democratic Party is like, oh shit, they're going to find out all our secrets. Like they're actually going to the right spots to find out how we did what we did. And we're in trouble. Because like when it came down to all the people that were running for Trump, he had FDR and everybody up on that podium that was judging FDR took bribes from Pfizer, from all the medical industry.
Oh,
so,
yeah. That was the best when he was shitting on fucking Bernie Sanders. And Bernie's like, that was employees that donated the money. It's like, yeah, okay. So many fucking Pfizer employees were on your side that you got $100 million or $10 million, whatever the fuck. Even if it was $1 million.
1.4.
Yeah, $1.4 million. Yeah. Like, really? Really? So many fucking Pfizer and Moderna employees were that inclined to donate to your cause that you got $1.4 million from these fucking people? That's that's definitely corporate setup. That's like when they do the super PACs. Like, it's all corporate setup. They know the laws. Yeah. So they're like, yo, give Bernie fucking $1,000. I'll throw you an extra $50 on your paycheck. Like, I'll cover the $1,000 and throw you an extra $50. Like, come on, man. Come on. That's how this shit works. And, like, Bernie knows that, but he's trying to make it sound like he's not a fucking piece of shit.
Well, that and he's trying to protect Pfizer and all these big companies that paid him all that money.
The best was Bernie Sanders was, like, the poorest guy in the Senate until he ran for president. Yeah. Then he ran for president, didn't even get nominated to be on the presidential candidate, but got, like, $35 million raised in campaign funds, which he was under investigation about. Yeah. All of a sudden owns 5 houses, 2 Teslas... all this shit, and he's not running for president anymore, And that was it. And now he's back in the background going like, oh, I didn't take donations. I didn't yeah, you did, you fucking jerk off. You didn't even own your own fucking house before that happened. Now you got 5 fucking houses.
Now huge houses.
Yeah.
I own the mountains of Vermont now.
Yeah, he owns Stratton. He's like, this is my backyard. Yeah. See Killington over there? That's where I like to farm.
Yeah.
I take the dog walking up the mountain.
It's just fucking amazing. These Democrat fucking idiots, socialist douche.
Well, that's what they're upset about. They're all worried and they're all shaking in their boots that they're going to be discovered. And as they're going through the files and Big Balls is looking at your shit, Big Balls is going to know.
Come for you.
Big Balls is always as good as 4 doors, more horse, Big
Balls is coming for you guys. And you guys are worried about it. And the crazy thing about it is Big Balls was actually one of his neurosciences scientist.
Yeah.
So he worked on that project. So the kid's smart. He's smart as a whip. He definitely kicked my ass in some Call of Duty. But when it comes down to it, these guys are trembling that they're going to be discovered. And all of their transgressions are going to come to the surface. Yeah. And all these people that they said, oh, for the people, we're for the people. Yeah, we're here to help you guys. We're into trans rights and all that. And speaking of that I think that's kind of funny. If you watch any of these shows currently right now, everybody that was like 100% all for Harris, they'll bring it up in discussion. They'll be like, so what about the Transformers? What about that? They're like, oh, well, we never cared about that, ever. We never talked about that. And they're like, yo, what? Why are you backtracking so hard?
Yeah.
Like,
instantly backtrack.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought this was your thing, man. I thought you were going for it. I thought you were like all about it in like your party. But apparently, you don't have a leg to stand on.
Speaking of the whole Transformers thing.
Transformers.
Yeah.
I want to see them. Well, yeah, aren't they
There
gonna
was a
like?
funny comedian that was talking about it. He goes, you know, he's like, whatever the percentage of Gen Zs are gay. He's like, but honestly, he's like, have you seen how many fucking women in their generation are morbidly obese? He's like, would you want to fuck that? You know, he's like, you walk into a store or Target or something, you see all these fat chicks, you could be like, yeah, I'd rather suck a dick.
Are you fat shaming?
I'm like, oh man, that's fucked up, man.
Here in the US as well.
You're gonna have to go louder.
Mr. President, people in
This is when Modi.
to extradite Habur Rana to.
I can't understand a word he's saying.
May I, sir? May I?
Oh, this is when he gets translated.
May I, sir?
Yeah.
Go ahead, back there.
When was this?
It's a press conference.
Yeah, he tells the Indian guy, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know? But what's funny is like, it's almost like on purpose, right? Because he's going to mention something. Well, because he talks about like, so Modi, right? He's the prime minister or whatever, the president or whatever the fuck of India. I don't know what he is. Some important guy. And, you know, they try to like throw fucking dirt on the guy when he's there. He's like, oh, so what do you think about human rights in India? I don't understand a word he's saying.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Sorry to interrupt the flow. It's just like on there.
That was funny. I saw one where some Indian guy was trying to ask Trump a question.
Yeah.
And Trump had like an interpreter there.
Yeah.
And they were like making fun of Trump because like he has an interpreter to interpret the guy's English to English, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, he's like talking with such a heavy Indian accent. It's like Trump did the same thing. He's like, I don't know what the hell the guy's saying.
Yeah, no. You're going to have to speak louder.
Yeah.
I'm sure he said great things.
Yeah.
Can you type it into Google Translate for me?
Yeah.
I'll just read it.
It's crazy.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the next wave of shit, you know. Then did you see like Trump like banned? I don't know if it's banned or whatever, but like they're like stopping certain press organizations from coming to the White House, like CNN and like fucking, like New York Times and shit, and then they're gonna have other like NPR or what, I don't know, some other organizations like you know, we're getting rid of these fucking legacy media outlets in the press conferences. We're gonna have these other media outlets come in and like, this is part of state-run media. Like the fucking Democrats were going nuts about it. You know?
mean
It's
the
like,
USAID employees?
yeah, exactly. You know,
From what I remember, what in reference to that, what they were talking about was Trump likes to do he likes to have a press conference in like the Oval Office or whatever, or like one of them fucking rooms in the White House.
Yeah.
So he'll do that, and so there's a list for that.
yeah.
And then there's a list for the one with his that news chick.
The
Whatever her
speaker
name
or
is.
whatever, yeah.
news chick.
Yeah, the news
the
chick.
blonde news chick.
Yeah, the new blonde news chick that's very witty.
Yeah.
She's very good.
He's really good at picking speakers, bro.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
he
know,
is.
those last two chicks that he had were fucking great. The first one that he had, I forget her name, but she was fucking awesome. She didn't take shit like at all. She was like shutting people down. And then the other one that he had, McKinney or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
That was like, you know, she had the binder and she was prepared and they're like trying to make fun of her for that.
Yeah.
And then like we go to Biden where he has this black lesbian fucking immigrant chick that's like all proud of herself. That's like just not prepared for anything. They're like, is Joe Biden president? She's like, I don't even know. I don't even know if there's somebody even running the country right now. You're like, how are you the fucking speaker?
Is Biden asleep in his basement?
Yeah.
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 Who's calling the shots?
Yeah, who's calling the shots? After 4:30, when Biden admits that he goes to bed, who's calling the shots? Do they wake him up? That's absurd.
How many times did Joe Biden fall down today?
Yeah.
Can you give me a number?
Yeah.
Ballpark. 3-4 times did he fall down?
She was terrible.
I mean, it was a very comedic time, you know. It was a sad time for the country.
Made us just look, it
But,
just made us look pathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it
Like
did.
pathetic. Honestly, I would have rather had that guy in the dog mask fucking running the show.
Well, I mean, that.
Biden. You know that general? Did you ever see that general? Nuts. I wouldn't want to do that.
All right.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that.
So don't know
either.
where we left off there.
We'll have to wind that one down a little bit.
Tonight's the night of equipment failures. So,
Yeah.
it's all right, though. Doug's douche flute's still working, so he's happy.
That's crazy, dude. Well, hey, man, we were bound to run
Integrity.
into some kind of interesting malfunction.
Some problems.
Yeah.
Hey, we're learning. We're learning as we go.
That's
So,
it.
and you're growing with us as an audience,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you guys.
Well, Doug does.
I do. Yes, I do.
All right, so I guess we should probably just start a new topic, so you can cut it in. Cut
All right.
out the last of whatever we were saying and cut in something else.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, all right. I got spit it. Start do something with A. No.
hey, have you seen the alligators in Florida these days?
Yeah.
No, what has been going on?
Nothing besides all that stuff.
So I started a new video game this week.
Oh, this should be gay.
Yeah, it's going to be very gay, but it's very fucking awesome.
New video game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So it's a sequel to a game that you are a
Deliverance 1.
Yeah, Deliverance 1.
Deliverance.
Just Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come. Right.
So you are a squire to a nobleman, and you show up in this land where you're delivering a message, and all of a sudden you get your whole party gets like killed and massacred, and you're taking a bath in the water, and you're trying to peep on some girls, and then like when you turn around, your whole party's dead, and now you're just stuck in the middle of the Czech Republic back in like the medieval days, and you have to make your way through the countryside and like regain your money and your honor and like figure out what's all going on in this whole town and area. It's very complex and really cool. And you can be gay if you want to hook up with the dude, but like,
Okay.
And that's why Doug plays it.
Yeah.
no, well,
the-
you brought that up, so I wanted to say
He
if you
likes
wanted
his
to be gay.
options.
That was the path he took.
Yeah.
But what's cool
Yeah,
about
his
this
character.
is it's
Yeah, exactly. That's why he started as a squire. The nobleman teabagged him before he sent him out.
So when it comes down to the game itself, you have the option of being gay if you want to. But
Right.
back in the day, gay was unacceptable. So if you are gay or want to be gay, you have to do it like behind closed doors. And if anybody catches you, they'll kill you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should bring it back to that.
But if you want to be sober or not sober, if you want to
Oh, he's sober,
Wait a second.
fag.
if you want to be straight, then you can be straight and open or anywhere, and like everybody's accepting of that because at the time that was accepting.
The
And
hell
it's
kind of fucking video game is this?
it's
Yeah.
very complex.
So
man.
it's like, do you have the option to like tuck your t-shirt like inside out or something like the fags used to do?
what
in
to
the 80s?
show.
Yeah, and it's like you can't walk around like that because you'll get beat up in the street. You know, like the hell kind of video game is?
Well, it's
Yeah, how do you
What
let
happened to
the
the
other
good
characters
games?
know that you're gay without
Yeah,
showing
without
you're gay?
sucking
I-
their
I-
dicks. You know?
I honestly
You
don't
just
know.
walk around on your knees, just looking for cocks. Like, is that they know?
You got any farm work around here for me?
You know, you know, you know, you know. You definitely played the gay version and was like, yeah, all right, let me restart this. This one's too hard.
Let me load a new save.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't know how to go gay, but apparently it is an option I saw online. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because everybody was everybody was really mad at these people for the game that they made because they made a game about like the 900s Czech Republic, and they're like, well, there's no minorities in it.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh yeah, because there were no minorities in that area at that time. It was
Right.
just white people. Like, yeah, there were immigrants, but it was immigrants of other white people. It was Europe.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were blending the entire like societies of the earth into one massive bubble.
The minorities were the Mongolians.
No, not even, man.
The Mongolian. That Mongolian break my wall.
I mean, the Mongolians have to get through the Middle East and all that to even get over here to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Czech Republic isn't like very close to Asia. No.
Well, no. So the Czech, it is in Asia. It's part of Russia.
The Czech Republic?
Yeah.
No, Czech Republic is in Europe.
No.
It's Europe.
That's
but at the
Russia.
time,
right?
Russia
That's-
wasn't there.
Yeah, and-
Russia was actually Mongolia.
Well, Russia is Asia.
It's on like, yeah.
Russia?
Yeah.
Is also
The other
Europe.
side of Russia is
No.
China. You know? So
Yeah,
you have Europe
Russia
on one
goes all
side
the
and
way
China on the
across.
other side. But I think it was Mongolia back then. It wasn't really Russia.
Well, is Ukraine Europe or Asian?
Ukraine?
Ukraine.
Russia.
It's their next
It's
door
Russian.
neighbor.
People are going to hate this. It's Russian.
And Putin has his way. He's getting
Well, no, it was Russia until like 30 years ago.
You see that? You see that little Russia down there? It used to be called Germany. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Czech.
Czech-
I gotta look up Czech Republic.
Czech Republic is in the Europe.
Oh, it's a transcontinental.
Transcontinental.
Damn transgenders over there.
It's Transformer, huh?
It's a transformer. It's a continental transformer for Europe and Asia. Yeah, spanning across both continents. The Ural Mountains typically mark the dividing line between European and Asian parts of Russia.
Well, there you go. See, I'm playing on the European
Oh,
side.
there's Asian parts of Russia. Huh?
Yeah. That's why you got the Kim Jong-un over there who wants McDonald's.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so like back when like, Trump went over there and they would, he was calling him Little Rocket Man and all that shit. And then there was like, he was like, all right, cool, let's invite, them over. Let's try to have some peace or something.
Shit, Mongolia still exists.
He expressed like an interest to have McDonald's there in North Korea.
Really?
Yeah.
That was like one of the things again with the Ukrainian guy that I was talking to. He was
Zelensky?
like, this is my guy that I work with. He was like, Russia's like a total third world country and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I like look it up and like they have like fucking like I don't know, I forget what the number was, but they have like tons of McDonald's over there. I'm like, what kind of third world country has like McDonald's everywhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like so fucking dumb. Like it's just I don't know, so stupid.
Yeah.
My favorite fun fact about Russia is when it comes down to their vodka, they had a classic vodka that was known for their country, and they sold it to Coca-Cola because they wanted Coca-Cola in the country. And then Coca-Cola was like, all right, we'll go ahead and sell you Coke. But if we do, we get all of your vodka and all the rights to it to sell it around the entire world.
So Coke has the rights to like Stoli or something?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Okay.
So because Coca-Cola was worth more than Stoli vodka at the time. So
I mean, listen, where else can you get like a liter, 2 liter fucking vodka for $8?
I'm just there. Yeah. You can also get Crocodile.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, so apparently their drug epidemic is so grand that they have taken like a heroin byproduct and mixed it with eye drops and like kerosene. And when they do this, they inject it into their skin. And
I thought you were going to say they put it in their eyes. So like,
No.
wow, that's crazy.
No, they actually inject it into their skin.
Okay.
And as it goes into the skin, it actually like starts dissolving the flesh and leaving these giant porish pockets all over their flesh. Oh, it's
Who the fuck would want to do that?
horrific. I mean, the people that are at that point of their
They're like,
addiction.
I need to like put holes in my body and it feels amazing.
Yeah, nothing gets me higher than rotting off parts of my human existence.
That's wild.
Yeah. So yeah, it's called Crocodile. If you look it up, I'm telling you, the pictures of it makes you want to vomit. It's a bad drug, and you know that somebody's in a bad place when they're on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I would say so.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna voluntarily burn acid hole wonks in my arm to get that chasing that high, you know.
Chasing that dragon. Dragon's eating holes in my arm,
Yeah,
but
fucking see through my
It's
shit.
no worse than bath salts.
honestly, I think I would say that it's definitely up there with bath salts. In
Bath
fact,
salts, you're just like ripping somebody else's.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you like eat someone else's face.
Yeah.
but you don't have to wake up in the morning with that, you know? Like you might have to clean off some blood around your mouth, maybe like some like flesh out of your teeth. But other than that, I mean, you've just digested human flesh. That's something you're gonna have to deal with morally for the rest of your life. But for like physical damage,
Fuck that. I don't deal with things morally like that. I'm like, whatever decision I made at the time, I made it. I had my reasons. The reason could have been I was just shit faced, but I had my reason.
and I stand by it.
I'll stand by my choice. It's a solid choice, whatever the fuck I did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is crocodile. This is what it does to you. Like this is how it burns up.
That's in Russia, you said?
This is Russian. This is Russian drug. This is how bad it's getting in the ghettos over there.
I like that. I like that it also mixes in pictures of crocodiles.
Well, yeah, because it confuses the internet. They're like, who would even want to do this?
Yeah, it looks exactly. It's like a rotting pus hole. Ugh.
Exactly.
Of your body.
That's how bad you're getting with your addiction that you're like, let me go ahead and stick this toxic like vial into my body and see what it does.
Yeah.
So that's different from chasing a high.
No, you're on some other shit. You're on like FML. Fuck my life shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm done with society. I'm done with everything. I am going to turn into a hermit and start rotting off pieces of my flesh.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. I don't know why someone would do that, but like you said, he's got his reasons.
And this is why we ask everybody out there, if you have drug problems, please go seek help.
Yeah, and
Usually drug dealers can help you with
I was
that.
going to say the dealer. Yeah, you can call the dealer, but and I'll help you temporarily.
Yeah.
It'll
Till the
hold
next
you over
time.
for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like they say, an alcoholic's biggest problem is running out of alcohol.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us once again. We appreciate you as always. Please like and subscribe and click all those little buttons below our picture or video or whatever you're watching us on currently right now.
Yeah, episode 12.
As always, we appreciate you. Thanks for the commentary, Angelo.
12.5.
Yeah.
And as always, fuck off.